Today we got Joe Castro, producer, movie producer. He's been in all kinds of stuff. We got Sonny Acosta, Sonny Boy, needs no introduction. How you guys? How you doing?
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, we're doing good. I'm doing good, man. Just blessed to be here tonight, to be able to join you guys, the big legends with you guys, man. Sunny Boy right there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great,
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate that. Enjoy myself very much with the big boys tonight.
Yeah,
Sonny's one of the people I got to interview him, and just so much feedback, so many people just loved his interview. You have a lot of fans out there, Sonny, so we appreciate you stopping in with us.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
So the first topic we want to get to is Kilroy. Obviously, we got the news that he passed away a few days ago. What's your guys' first thoughts?
First thoughts is that, yeah, man, I'm happy for him, man, to be up there, to be, with the glory with God. They say to be absent from the bodies, to be present with the Lord. And man, I'm just like, I'm happy for him, but I'm sad for his family and everybody that stayed behind that are gonna miss him and be hurting without him. But I know he's rejoicing right now, in front of the Lord. So happy for him, but I'm sad for the family. So condolences to all the family and friends and all his everybody that joined him in church and stuff. My condolences to you all, and may Kilroy rest in peace.
Yeah, condolences to his family. I'm not a real religious person. I do believe in God, Jesus. I do believe in. But I think he had a real big impact on this. He has a big legacy in this life he lived. As far as I'm concerned, he just went to a better place. He doesn't have to be in pain, suffering no more. Don't have to worry about COVID. That's for sure. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about the man.
Yeah, and then I want to touch on really quick. We're going to touch on the other stuff, but what was his reputation, guys, that you heard before he made that change to God? What was his reputation that you guys knew?
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, from what I know, working closely with the movie and stuff, from what I know, he was like a shot caller, you know what I mean? He had a hard life growing up as a kid, and then grew into the audio, and then just having a hard life of being in and out of the system, from YA all the way to Pelican Bay, and being known as a killer and a shot caller, and all that, man. But I guess the more part that I tap into, or that I know, is him getting saved and having somebody that did so much bad in the world to be redeemed, you know what I mean? To be saved by God, and to be able to walk amongst everybody else, you know what I mean? To not have those sins on him no more, and that's a great thing.
What about you, Sonny?
For what I know about him, he went from one extreme to the other, and he left on a positive note. He left. I've actually had the opportunity to meet him in person, and I happened to be at a church a function that my friend invited me to, and I met him as a humble man, and he had a big impression on me. He made a big impression on me, and he left on a positive note.
Yeah, for those of you out there, I had talked to one of his daughters, and she had said that obviously we know he had COVID, so it was the after effects that COVID that got to him. He got through COVID, but COVID did such a work on his body that his body couldn't handle it, being in all the accidents and all that stuff. Man, just that COVID's really doing it out there, guys, huh?
Yeah, it is.
It's bad. I had it. And man, honestly, I thought it was time for me to check out. It was that bad. I thought that I was done, and by God's mercy, we pulled through. I had it, my wife, my family here at the house, we all got it, and it was bad. It was bad. I can't even believe how people are saying oh, COVID ain't real, and it's the government and all this stuff, but it's real. I could tell you right now, firsthand, I had it, my family had it, and it's real, and it's devastating to your body. Man, I tell you, I've had all kinds of different, stuff happen to me in my life, and this is one of the worst things I've ever had as far as health issues. This was bad. It was bad, and yeah, I just can't believe how people would even think that it's not real when people are dying left and right. You know what I mean? I've had family, friends, and extended friends pass away from this, and so it's no joke, man. It's no joke.
Yeah, before anybody, well, I guess I had cracked my head open. I actually went to the emergency when all this first started. So I got to see it firsthand, and it was ugly. Seeing a grown man crying the way he was, it was ugly. So I knew from the get-go this thing was real. My daughter got it. Thankfully, it was mild. She still had to go through it. I got a couple friends that are going through it now, and we actually had a friend who just recently found out that he passed away from COVID. So this is just something that we got to really be aware of. That it's real. It's not no fake.
So you guys, Kilroy's gone. That's a big shoe to fill. He was there from the beginning with all that stuff, and obviously 1993 he came out of it. A movie's coming. What's gonna be Kilroy's legacy in your mind? Do you think he's gonna remembered more for that past life, for the new life, or what's his legacy, guys? What do you guys think in your heart of hearts?
You know, when I think about Kilroy, obviously you think about like the dark side of that life, you know, and then you think about the light, you know, the glory. And I guess when I think about that, when I think about Kilroy and other people that have came to God out of that life, you think about, yeah, you know, they did a lot of extreme, they did the most, you know, bad things you can think of, but the redemption value of everything that God redeemed them and cleansed them. So it makes me think like, man, if these guys can be redeemed or be forgiven by God, like why not me? You know what I mean? And why not anybody else that's out there? We can all be cleansed, you know, with God's blood. So that's what I think of about how they were saved. That's what stays in my mind.
I can only judge him on the character of his character when I met him. I don't I really didn't pay attention to the bad part. I really don't know much about it, and I'm looking forward to seeing the movie so I could see what he went through because we all got our own demons, and obviously he had a fight with them. I can only speak on the caliber of person he was when I met him, and he was a real humble, nice person. I know he had a story. I didn't know much of it, so yeah, he's gonna leave me with a positive outlook on him.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? And I bring this up only because people always bring it up because I know on this channel I get law enforcement, I get people, you know, all kinds of people, bro. Just like whenever you guys do something out there, different people watch the show, and they're always going to say, "What about Kilroy's victims?" And I just want to say to you out there who brings it up in the comments and everything, there's no doubt Kilroy hurt a lot of people. He's killed people. He's done all that, and those people are victims. You know, it's no it's no lie. You know, me, I believe that God says He could forgive anyone, and that He stretches out His hand to anyone. And Kilroy accepted that invitation. So yes, he was a bad person. Yes, he changed his life. So I just want to share that. And you got any thoughts before I move on that issue?
Yeah, you know, the thing about this is that the way I think of it, and I know there's people in the world that don't believe or they're not walking that walk or never have, but the way I believe is this. Yeah, he did a lot of bad stuff, but man, when once God cleanses you, you know what I mean? When he forgives you of your sins, that's it. Like he doesn't even remember that stuff, you know what I mean? But I know people in the world, they're very judgmental and they hold on to hurt and pain, you know, instead of like saying, okay, if God forgave this man, I should forgive him. Like they don't think that way. But some people do. Don't get me wrong. Some people do. So I think it's about thinking about, okay, if God forgave him, then let me give that forgiveness in my heart so that way I can be forgiven by the Lord, you know? But yeah, I mean, everything he did in the past, it's forgiven by the Lord. But what he did now, what he did in these last years, you know, of his life, you know, traveling all over the world and preaching the word and stuff like that, man, that's great. And in God's eyes, he saw that all that greatness.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's the person I met wasn't capable of all that violence.
Yeah.
It's not up to me to forgive him. I'm no better than him. And like I said, it's the person that I met isn't the person that, as far as I'm concerned, because he is who he is now. You know who he was. So that's all I can say about that.
Yeah, man, and you know, Kilroy is up in heaven, and we rejoice and we just pay him homage. We wanted to take a second just to say, you know, we want to honor the man and say Well done, Kilroy. You watched this earth. You left you lived a rough life, but you went on. You changed your life with the help of God, and you reached many people. Many people have changed their lives because of you, Kilroy. So you're up there with Esther, with Big D, with all these guys, man. And